What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. So we've got another just absolute banger of a knife here for you today. So this one's been forever in the making.
It's been 84 years.
But hey, that's okay. So this is the first of hopefully many from Mr. Sharif Manganas under his own namesake, Manganas Steel. So if you guys have already seen it, I did a unboxing short and reel for Instagram and here on YouTube. So I've already opened this box. I wanted you guys to see it again, kind of in slow motion, and see exactly what you get. So of course the knife is OEM'd by Kaiser. So you get that typical Kaiser premium knife box and the unboxing experience from that Kaiser. You do have the Manganas Steel, or not embroidered, but kind of labeled microfiber there. Of course, you get the knife in the pouch. Inside here, you get a few little differences, and we'll just move this over to the side out of the way. So first, you do get the cute little Caimano sticker. Of course, ms-knives.com. I'll get it out eventually. And then you do have the certificate of authenticity. So all of his knives there. So again, you got your checklist and everything there. These are all hand checked by Sharif himself. And this is really cool. So you do have an entire set of spares. So we'll just kind of zoom in here a little bit so you can see exactly what you're getting. So you literally get everything. You have a spare pocket clip. You've got a spare lock bar insert, all of your screws pre-Loctited, standoffs. You've got your pivot, bearings, washers. You've got it all. And again, everything is hand checked by Sharif himself. So these packages aren't actually from the manufacturer, or they're not pre-packaged from the manufacturer. He has to actually hand pack each and every one of these. So that going into all of his standard QC work means a lot. So of course they do typically come with a plastic baggie around them. I just didn't feel like unpackaging that again. So you do get again that Kaiser pouch, but instead of saying Kaiser, it is Manganas. So again, really great stuff there. We'll go ahead and do our zoom in so we can take a look at this gorgeous freaking purple haze fat carbon. So you have your blasted titanium here. So it is a very matte titanium. It actually has some texture to it. Kind of like almost not really quite orange peel, but I mean it's definitely textured. And then your beautifully finished purple haze fat carbon T8 hardware. Take a look at your jimping there on your flipper. You've got perfect jimping. I mean, it is grabby, and there's just enough of it. You got about a half-length backspacer, all titanium. Again, your liners. I call this thing a bolster lock, but it's technically not. I don't know exactly what you would call it. Then again, I don't know. It might even be a bolster lock. Anyway, you've got full titanium everywhere. Titanium pocket clip. No lanyard access anywhere, which again doesn't bother me. Might bother some folks. Then you have again your titanium pocket clip. Pocket clip does have T6 screws. Again, T8s everywhere else. T6 on your lock bar insert. Let's go ahead and take a look at the blade centering. It is spot on, and with his design language, so your tolerances are really great. Again, you have some great jimping there on the back of the blade. These are individually serialized. This is number 200 of 200 on the purple fat carbon. So there's that other side with the carbon. And there again, you can see that, that bolster lock or subframe lock, whatever you want to call it. I love this lock style because you can't, it's not lock bar sensitive because you're not touching the lock bar itself. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the blade. So it is a harpoon Tonto. You do have a really nice belt satin finish on the blade, hollow grind, flat grind here on the tip, compound grind on the Tonto. Really nice harpoon there with your swedge. Almost turns into almost a false edge. Really nice blade hole, thumb hole, whatever you want to call it. Again, no billboarding on this side. Flip it around. You do have the Manganas logo, the S35, and then the serial number there, or the blade number, the number 200. And that is all you got. So again, this knife has been carried, so it's got some smudges on it, but I love that belt satin. Just looks great. The grinds are really good on this. So I have noticed, and I've always promised everybody I would be 100% honest with everything. So even on a knife that is designed and QC'd by a really good friend of mine, he probably didn't notice this because it's really hard to see, almost impossible to see with the naked eye, but here zoomed in, your grinds are just a hair off. So here on the clip side, your grind is a little taller than there on the show side, and if you look there, you can see it. Again, we are zoomed in at 5 times, so to the naked eye, although you can pick it up if you really focus to the naked eye, but on zoom in, you can see it. But it does not affect anything with the knife at all. So with that, we're going to go out and talk about what actually really matters with this knife. That is the comfort. So one thing I knew about Sharif's designs, just from his previous work with Kaiser and Kubey, is that this man knows ergonomics. He can make a handle like, I don't know. I don't know the wizardry behind it. I still can't figure it out. I've had a knife design ready to go for, I don't know, better part of 3 or 4 months now, but I can't get a handle design. So I'm gonna listen to his advice and do what he's telling me to do and see if I can make a handle design work. But this thing feels absolutely astonishing in hand. There are 0 hot spots. I do not even feel the pocket clip. I mean, the jimping is in perfect placement for my hand. And the crazy thing is, I know Sharif has some mitts. Like, my hands and Sharif's hands are not the same size. But the way he has this knife designed, even if you have smaller hands or on more average size hands, it fits like it just fits like a glove. But then even if I choked down, like, if my pinky was down here, if I had a larger hand, the bottom part down here still feels comfortable. I still don't really feel that pocket clip. So you've got, with my grip, I've still got a little bit of room down there. So bigger hands are not going to be a problem. Liner access or lock bar access is amazing. So you can see that there. Just absolutely just stellar job on that lock bar access. It's not heavy. It's just, you've got some traction there. You got a little bit of milling out on that lock bar. That gives it really good traction. Really can't think of I really can't think of anything negative to say about this knife, guys. Again, I like to keep things honest and 100%, and I don't have. This has quickly became one of my favorite knives in my collection. I don't have a negative thing to say about it, quite honestly. I just love the ergonomics of this knife. It's one of those things where I can wholeheartedly say if you are comfortable spending, $250 to $275 on a knife, you need to buy one of these. They're not going to be around forever. He only made 300 total, 200 of the purple fat carbons and 100 of the micarta. I think it's like a brownish micarta. I'm partially colorblind on stuff like that, so I can't tell if it's like reddish brown or if it's just brown, but it might even be a purplish brown. I don't know, but I know it's micarta. Same titanium and everything. It's just the inlays here are micarta. Those are $250, and then the purple fat carbons are $275. S35V in steel. You've got a pretty decent chunk of it. The action is, as you can see, just freaking phenomenal right out of the box. I mean, it's what I call a hydraulic shut. This is what I look for when I'm looking for a knife that is well made right out of the box for it to do that. And I don't want it to guillotine my finger and try to cut my finger off or anything. To have that sort of a hydraulic action means the tolerances are done well, very well. Flipper action is great. I cannot fail it. I've tried to fail it off camera several times. Let's see if I can. I mean, I really cannot fail it. The D10 is so good on this and so crispy that once it breaks, the knife just goes flying. Now you can fail it if you try to use your thumb, because, well, at least for me anyway, because my thumb catches the bottom of the blade. So there you go. So you can fail it trying to use it with your thumb if you just barely go, but it does work really well for a thumb roll. I like the index flick on this one because of how my hand sits. I can literally put my whole finger in the side of the blade and just flick it out. Middle finger flick works really well too. On this particular version, I do have it does have a pretty crispy detent, so I get further down in the blade, and it's really easy to pull out, or really easy to flick out. If I go up a little bit higher on the blade, it's a little bit stronger of a detent, so it's a little bit harder for me to get out of there, but either way it goes, middle finger flick works great. Index finger flick works great. Flipper, great. Thumb stud, or thumb flick, great. Again, I have zero complaints on the knife. Pocket clip strength is really good. Works well for me with the basketball shorts. Weight on this guy is like 5.6 ounces. I think you're a 3.5 inch blade. You guys can pull up all the specs. I mean, this knife is just so fantastic in every way. You can, if you want to, kind of do like a kind of a trigger grip on there. I would just be careful because that is definitely not a finger choil. That is a sharpening choil. Although you can, like I said, if you want to, you can get up there and get on that. But the blade is extremely sharp. Again, you got your compound grind, Tanto. It's really nice hollow grind. The sharpening choil, we'll go ahead and zoom in down here. So because of that hollow grind and how well it's done, you have an amazing sharpening choil. So your plunge grind ends about right there, right where my fingernail is. And then the rest of that is all the same thickness or pretty close to it. So you have that much room of sharpening. So there you go. You can kind of see there up to my fingernail in sharpening space. So you'll be able to sharpen this knife a great many times. And S35VN holds a pretty decent edge, so it's not like you should be having to sharpen it too much anyway. But we'll go ahead and just do some kind of audio here with the action. One thing I like about it too is, depending on how you open the knife, it has very different acoustics, which does kind of happen with most knives, but this one is more so. Hopefully it comes across on the camera. We'll go ahead and take a listen here. So, again, great acoustics on the knife, great ergonomics. I honestly, it's in cases like this, you almost kind of wish you had something bad to say about the knife. I mean, it's a big old chunk of titanium and S35. The pricing is really spot on. It really is, for what you're getting. Just a lot to love about this knife. So with the knife as well, he does have a few other things on the website. So I'll go ahead and show off some of that stuff as well. So here you have a hank that is done by Forest Hanks. So we'll have these up on his website again soon. So you've got the beautiful microfiber on the back, and then just your regular cloth there. It just kind of matches that theme. So you've got that, and then as well, let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So you got your... Also, then you have a kit that comes with a poker chip. So you've got the Eagle Griffin. I think it's probably Griffin. And then his logo there on the poker chip. With that comes a couple of stickers. And then you also get a contact card for Sharif. You get his holographic sticker. That's of his logo. You get the holographic Caimano sticker. And then you get the King Sharif with Manganas Steel Concepts. Awesome stuff there. Outside of that, then you also have a bead that he did with post-mortem plastics. Super detailed bead. And there you have his logo on the back as well. So yeah, guys, I really appreciate y'all kind of hanging out with me on this. Please, if you can, go support Sharif. He is a great dude. He's a great friend of mine. I had the pleasure of meeting him and a couple other goofballs at Blade Show in Atlanta last year. And I can't wait to meet them all again. You know, like I said, he's a great dude. He has an amazing attention for detail, amazing eye for detail, amazing eye for design. He's got several knives. Excuse me, I'm brain dead right at this point. Apparently, he has several designs out with multiple different manufacturers, Kaiser, Kubey, and more out there that I can't think of right now off the top of my head. But on his website, which will be linked down below, you can go on there and you can see his collaborations, his other designs, as well as going ahead and picking up a Caimano. And he has it on pay in full, so you know there's really no excuse. Pick one up. You don't have a chance to get one anymore. And once they're gone, they're gone. And I can go ahead and tell you these knives are so good that if you find one on the secondary market, they're not going to be the same price that you can buy them for right now. These things will go up because they are limited and they are really that damn good. So one last thing. So I'm going to interject this in after the whatever. I forgot to do a paper cut test and I got called out on this not too long ago. So I apologize. I forgot. But here is the Caimano. It is super, super sharp. So no complaints there on the sharpness of the Caimano. So again, I appreciate you guys. And we'll go back to the closeout of the video. All right, guys. Well, again, I appreciate y'all. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. If you want to buy anything, check the links down below. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it may help me out. So feel free to check that out. I don't have any coupon codes or anything yet, but hopefully that'll come eventually. As always, y'all, be kind, be humble, be EDC. We'll catch you on the next one.